Welcome. Well. Any inspiration came to you? I would not say any doubt, yet they are welcome. Any question? Welcome. Whatever comes has to go, so it will well gone also. Mm-hmm. Ah, yes, hi. Yeah.
I'm seeking maybe confirmation or guidance. You cannot hear.
Confirmation. What the hell?
Last time when I saw you in Portugal, you told me drop the seeker. I did it.
Then who wants a confirmation then?
So no, the problem, the process is I'm observing whatever I do. What comes, sometimes I don't want, but it comes. Like working in a corporate,
Yeah.
I have to.
I told you to drop the seeker. Now you transform the seeker into an observer. So drop
Exactly.
the observer.
Then how to...
The observer is maintained by how?
That's the question. When I say, okay, who is observing it? It comes always to mind, okay, me, then I'm starting with the eye process.
But the answer to this question, who is the observer, for example, the answer will not be mental. The mind has to disappear here. And if it is present, any answer is presented, it's through the mind, you ignore it. Finally, ignore whatever the mind presents you. Because otherwise a presentation needs a presentator. Then you transform the seeker into an observer, into a presentator. You always create something. And whatever you create will go on changing. And then you will seek again. You will seek the idea that the mind can the best present you, which is called enlightenment. And then you want to fit your attitude, your behavior, or whatever you feel or know to this idea. All this is still working with the mind, or be enslaved with the mind.
Then how can I drop it to the observer?
Like this. Don't give him food. So ignore how. Because if you don't ignore how, it means you still believe that the mind can give you an enlightenment.
I'm certain, yeah. I'm certain that the mind cannot give me enlightenment.
Okay, then why do you follow how? What is how? It's a thought. It's the mind, no? And there is not a mind alone. There is an owner of the mind. The owner of the mind, if you drop the food, and you remain alone with the owner. Who is the owner? How do you call it also? I. Does I, how long I can remain without gluing something to it? How long?
No, nothing.
Then keep quiet. Then keep quiet. Keeping quiet means not to the mind I address. Keep quiet where I've lost its reality. Keep quiet. That's what you are. The mind comes again. The mind comes again. Ignore it. Because it will always come, you know.
Yeah.
Even in the form of no mind, it will come. Ignore it. It doesn't mean anything. It's just changes of states, of experiences, of feelings, that's all. So, whatever is presented, ignore.
Still, how can I keep going then?
That is the preoccupation of the mind. Keep quiet. It will go on by itself, as it is already going on by itself just now, from ever and forever. It doesn't need you to be enlightened to go on, I tell you. Yeah?
Good thing.
Those preoccupations comes only to the doer, to the owner, to me, to I am somebody, you know? But you come to satsang for something else, normally. So to stop, to want to stop. Because you see, if you want to stop, it means you believe you run somewhere. So?
But I cannot stop because it's not.
If you cannot stop, means of course the person cannot stop. This is going on. I am not this person. I'm not it. There is nothing wrong to sit, to stop, not to stop. It's the movie. It's even said it's the dream. Keep quiet where you always are. And that you cannot figure it out. This much you have to hear. You can never, there is no exceptions, you can never figure it out. Otherwise you create, I got it, I attained it, I, but not alone. I as a person in this movie. Then he may be happy for a while, but it will not last. So in the end, one is fed up to always have been deluded by his own concepts or beliefs. So it's enough. And at that moment you can hear. You are always yourself. Just keep quiet with your mind. Don't catch it or ignore it. Let it go on. Let it express itself as it does always anyway. Don't take it personally. We can also say so. And if you do, know that it is in the movie. That's also as good. Because you see, remembrance, forgetfulness, all this is in the dream. What you are, which you can never figure it out, is always there. So be still and let things happen. So the movie is over about confirmation. Another one is going on. The doggy. Smelling doggy. Let's sit here, that's good. So, something else. He's nice. He's a blessed dog. Yeah.
I thought something has happened.
Yeah.
And now I see that nothing.
No,
Again. Nothing happened again.
Wonderful. You had to get something to happen to finally see nothing happened. Excellent. Perfect. You see, one hears generally only what he knows. Oh, there is happening, and that's why one searches. So I would wish to go in non-happening. Not the sentence you said, but in non-happening. When at least it will be quiet. And you run. You never see that it's part of the pendulum of the mind. It is whatever is expressed. Let it be non-happening, let it be happening. Whatever is expressed is dual by the fact to be expressed. There is no other way. Otherwise you would not have an expression. So it is like the pendulum. Happenings, oh great, non-happenings, I got it. Or the contrary, there was never an happening. Whoa, I'm smashed, it's a big happening. And then whoop, and whoop. It can last for a while here. And then you lose your balance and poops. Again, there is something. So you have to understand that's the mind. That is the apparent world. That's where I live. Who I am in reality is just where I'm already quiet there, and where the need to experience and that is gone. Something.
For me, a little bit similar like this. It's nothing happened. Nothing happened for Mimi.
Nothing happened?
Yes. And what I see...
Oh, nothing happened.
It's always happening.
Something happened. Yeah? Good.
And then what I see, I have a mind, and the mind have his own life. I mean, it's
Yes,
and it's
yes.
not
You
up to
have
me.
no control about that.
Yeah.
That is true. Yeah.
And for this body is also is the same. I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes I'm sick and
Yeah.
not sick and healthy and so on.
Mm-hmm.
So in this way, I don't have too much control what is the happening
You don't have a control, no.
in the mind and in
Yeah.
the emotion heart. And
Yeah. And even if you think you have a control, it was meant to be this way. So
yes.
yeah.
So
So can we continue? So keep quiet. But not as a doing, or not as a result of undoing.
yes,
Yeah.
this is what I started to see. It's
Don't say it, don't say don't say it. Yeah, it's better to have the language of the dead. You understand why? Everybody thinks it's a blessing, but it's to say, no, I'm keeping quiet. And it's also a blessing. Good. Anything? Yes, please. Our fiery Indra. Hi.
Ganga Mira Ji.
Oh,
I don't even have a question. I don't have a question. I have a request.
okay.
So I would like us to just be quiet for a moment here together. I mean, we're always speaking about being
But I
quiet.
don't think anybody can oblige me. Because I'm already quiet. And I believe that everybody is quiet by nature.
So a moment of silence.
It will come when it comes.
Thank you.
You're my dear friend, but here nobody can commend me. It comes naturally, nobody has questions.
Namaste.
Namaste.
You just said that at a certain point there is no more need for experiencing, for
For what?
so
No need for what?
no need for experiencing
Yeah.
of the self,
Okay. Yeah.
as I understood correctly. So the question arose: is the self really an experience?
So you didn't understand correctly.
Well, probably.
If there is no need to experience, you said?
Yes.
If there is no need to experience, how your question comes afterwards, because you ask if the self could be experienced. If there is no need, means maybe who is there so much real that needs to experience what cannot be experienced, means its own self.
Yes, so it must be that the self is experiencing, and everything?
No,
Or
it is always somebody who is experiencing. It's not the self. It's not what you really are. No.
so there is this form, human form or I amness that is experiencing.
Yeah,
and,
sure.
And the self is only observing now.
No, why should he observe? He's free. Let him also not observe. Why would you want to impose some action or some attitude to the self? He has nothing to do. It's somebody who cannot bear not to do anything. This belongs to somebody, that feeling. Not to what you are.
So it is the person that is somehow claims the experiencing.
Person too much, yeah. The person too much. Sure.
But if it's not the self that is experiencing something, then what is it?
There is no experience. The mind cannot catch it. The mind cannot comprehend what is it. Otherwise, there would be a description again, very limited with the mind of somebody, even the smartest one who may have the smartest mind cannot comprehend that. Because the mind appears because of this, because of what is ever still. And that's what you are.
So it's just beingness.
But why to call it? If you call beingness, you will have moments of non-beingness, and then you will be, again you are fact. No, it is not beingness. Not even that. Beingness, you see, it's when you have the idea of non-beingness before. They are linked. They are concepts. And if you label with a concept, you are limited by the owner of that concept. And it goes on changing, and then again you will search. Don't be deluded by whatever answer you get. Let it look like similar to what you hear, but what you hear is always what you are not. So?
That's why there are so many names for it, probably. The awareness.
Forget it.
Business.
Forget it. Because you see, when one utters a word, anyway, it will be differently meant with everyone. And it's not it. You can't utter. And if you utter, it's the expression of your whole self. No problem with that. There is a problem when there is somebody thinking, it's like this. No, it's like this. And then, of course, fights of opinions are there. But then they speak of something else, not of what is. And when I say what is, it's really beyond isness, not isness. It's a way to speak.
But what is it like then?
Oh my God, you don't understand that to be freed from this need, this is freedom.
So hello. My mind would like to have an answer on the question, is there free will or not? So I asked different people, different masters, and they all have or had have a different opinion about it.
No,
So-
I never saw any different opinion about that
Me too. I
from
saw-
the master. Never, there was never a different opinion. There is no free will.
So is there free will or
There
not?
is a free will with the body,
Yes.
with the mind of somebody, it is destined, you see? It is destined. Free will means what after all? The contrary of the... Anyway, this is destined. This is predestined.
What do you mean by that?
They have a destiny.
Yeah.
They took birth with some luggage. They have a destiny. You can change you think you can change your destiny by choosing this instead of that and all that. This is attached to this. But this is not what you are.
Yeah, this is what I know, of course. But
Then from where comes this question?
my mind wants to know. Somehow my mind needs the confirmation about...
Yeah, but then you give importance to the owner of this mind. It must look real then. For that one, it looks like you have a certain will, which is not true. In truth, no. Everything is already done.
So that means my body-mind system has the ability to
No,
choose
the
this,
illusion.
or let's call it the ego illusion, whatever. So has the ability to change things, to change patterns.
It thinks so. But whatever happens, it will happen. But the owner always thinks so.
So that means the owner thinks so, but it's not like this.
Whatever he thinks, it to happen this way. But he thinks that it chooses. The owner.
So, but the owner, let's say, for example, the quantum physics, the neuroscience, of course we have all the knowledge how to change things, how to change behaviors, how to change patterns.
Nobody is successful.
Just a second. And of course it's a body, mind, ego thing, but to change things. And of course I know the true nothing, or however you call it, is just there. But the mind wants to know, can I change? Do I have an influence or not? Is there free will or not?
If you want to know what's really, there is nothing you can do. There is no doer. Only you are a doer when you think so. If that is gone, then what? And where is the question of free will or no free will, predestination or not? That doesn't come anymore. That is freedom, no? Not to be preoccupied by all this kind of understanding. This is freedom.
So how do you manage to talk before about it? How do you manage not to be, let's say, identified with your story?
But identified or not, who cares? If you have seen who you are, who cares? It's the movie. I don't say to people, don't be identified, be detached and all that. That is the yoga part, maybe. Here it's about freedom, about to know who you are. And to know means to realize who you are, whatever. Be still where you already are, which is always there. But we confuse with actions, with the actor, and so on. No?
Thank you.
Please. How are you helped now?
Sorry?
How do you feel helped by this answer?
Actually, I'm pretty sure about. I have the time. I'm pretty sure about. I know there is pure consciousness, and there are really moments I'm totally clear about it, what I am.
Then stay with that. That's all. Huh?
But somehow I lose it, or somehow.
No. You think so?
I think I'm losing, of course.
You think so?
I know it's nothing to lose, it's nothing to gain.
Okay.
It's always there. I know it.
Then keep
But
quiet.
still, I'm jumping often in the story.
No, you think so. Nobody jumps. We think so. That's why we don't want to jump anymore. Or the contrary, something they're on a cliff and they think they have to jump. All this is imagination. It depends where you locate yourself, but this is the trouble, no? This is the movie. So whatever happens, I think so. And that's it, and then you keep quiet, it doesn't matter. Hmm?
That was nice, thank you.
You have not to become some different than what looks like. It's not about that. Huh? Hmm? So you see, you got your minute of silence. Nothing? Yes. Can I have the mic here? It's much warmer than before, huh?
I want to clarify something that maybe I don't understand well. When I hear again and again and again, don't go into your mind, and I just try to do it, but somehow.
So you stop it. You just stop now. Stop. No, it's not interesting even for you, nor for me, nor for anyone. It's your mind. Just stop it. It's not interesting. It will not help you. Like that. Just stop. Enough. Keep quiet. But you see, generally we are attached to keep the mind, to get a nice answer, to get a nice experience, to get something. It will not be like that. It's when you discard the mind completely, then I keep quiet. Enough! When you will say that? When it has to come. Hmm? Yes, please.
Someone asked Papaji some years back, what's
More than 21 years ago. Yeah.
what means surrender? And he said, surrender your mind to your heart.
Nobody knows what surrender, nobody knows what's a heart. So still asking the question. Drop it. Drop the all elements of your sentence. Who remains? No name should enter here. Otherwise you live with the past. And you have to ask again and again, 21 years later, the same question. Remain alone. Keep quiet. The pointers are not meant to live with. They point at. Yes, something. Yes, here.
I got to hear your words, and I'm afraid almost to ask a question.
No.
But, can you fix us now? Can
To
you fix us now?
Well, us, surely
You are
not.
doing
If you
it.
ask let's see. Us, I can never do. I'm not a mass something. You want to be fixed? No, never fix anything. Not even your eye. Don't fix it. That is the secret. Don't fix. And don't make the idea I'm not fixed. Don't fix anything. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you saying that, that we are that already.
What?
We are that already.
Yeah.
And really to totally disregard the mind. Yeah. But it seems to me that this can only happen rather than, if we were to take, okay, you've said we are that already, and then use that as the basis of an effort to say, okay, today I'm just going to disregard the mind, that still seems like an effort. So it seems that really the point you described, where you just get so fed up of it all that you just say, enough, I'm not going to listen anymore.
Yeah.
It seems that can't be something contrived. It has to be something absolutely genuine that comes, and that
it has to be the result of a huge fatigue with your mind and to be somebody sure. Sure.
So it's nothing contrived. It's not a technique. It's
No.
a genuine.
It is you feel helpless. You feel at some point it can happen. You feel completely hopeless, helpless, and you want to quit the subject. But even that is the mind, and then you don't know what to do. Isn't it?
So it can only be a happening. No, it can never be brought about as such.
It will not be a happening, but it's
You know what I mean.
it's
not contrived, and it has to be absolutely genuine.
it's not a result of a method. That is true. If you want to mean that, yeah.
Can I also say, for years I've been finding that there's, you can call it the ego. I've been finding that every effort we make, it's always an effort to reach one particular thing.
Yes.
And everything we're scared of, it's always an effort to get away from one particular
Yes,
thing.
yes.
And in both cases, it's the same thing. It's really
Yes.
the ego.
The both case belongs to somebody, the
Yeah.
doer.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I've seen very much how this is false.
Mm.
And I try to. A lot of the time, I find it very beneficial in life. If there's something
maybe.
if there's something I'm really scared of, to know, no, this is only that one thing. It's not true.
It's about the life. But what about who you are? There is a doer too much, a doer who went with efforts, and then he understood, no effort, but he still the doer, the same doer is there. What do you do with this one? It is this one which has to be hopeless and helpless.
Right.
And then what happens? Hopeless to try, helpless to not try. So, keep quiet.
I suppose my question was...
Keep quiet. No questions now. That is in the doings, in the efforts. You even try no efforts, but the doer is still there. So now you keep quiet, not even catching the doer. Or if it is there, you ignore it. That is keeping quiet.
Right. Still, I'd like to ask this
The
question.
doer comes,
No,
okay.
it's a practical question.
Okay.
The question is this: is the fact of going through your life and gradually, bit by bit, trying to let go of these different small attachments?
It's infinite.
Is
You
it ever
will
gonna
never
lead-
stop. There
is it
will
ever gonna
always
lead
be
to
an
the-
attachment in a corner. Oh, I forgot this one. Oh no! And then you expire with a forgotten attachment. It's
So
isn't it?
it's not going to lead to the final letting go.
There is no final because it's already you already are what you are. It's before the final.
Thank you.
That's final. Yeah? Where? Ah, no. I hear voices now. Something? Somebody didn't try enough? Tell something then.
Well, if no one's anything else to say. Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, I find when I wake up in the morning, I have this huge heaviness. Yeah, and I really feel it like such an effort somehow just to reach, but never quite being able to reach, you know? This must be...
You think of the seeking yourself.
Yeah.
You wake up with that thought. That's very rare.
Well, I wake up with the... Oh, you said I wake up with the seeker as a thought, is that what you mean?
I don't know, I hear from
No,
you.
Yeah, I wake up with such a heaviness.
Yeah, you are heavy. But the body is heavy, no? Body is heavy. It doesn't mean much more. It has so many kilos, 58. It doesn't mean much more.
That's not what I meant. I meant the heaviness of an inner heaviness, the emotion that seems to be like such a...
That's
effort
much
just
more
to-
kilos.
just to-
It's tons of feelings and yeah. That's the problem with sleeping. Before sleeping, you were feeling also tons of feelings. So they are at the bank of that Ganga, which is the sleep, and then you, suddenly you dip in the sleep. But then there is the other bank, or you come back even eventually on the same bank, but you take back everything you left. That's a problem. That's a problem. So there is no bank, and there is no
understand by bank. What do you mean?
bank of the sleep. Okay, it's an image. Okay, you don't like it. Okay.
The river bank.
Yeah, river bank. I compare the sleep with the river where you dive and you're so happy, you swim and all that. Okay. In nothingness. But you wake up, so you wake up means you go back to the bank. You go back somewhere in the waking state. I tell you, it's not real. All this sleep, dream, waking happens to somebody who has a body and mind. It happens to this one. So, don't think you are this one. And this is when you keep quiet, discarding just for a moment your mind. Means any states you think you are in, any feeling, discarding, ignoring any knowledge you have. Because you see, what you really are doesn't depend to be realized, doesn't depend on knowledge, on feelings, or even on an amazing whatever experience. It's already there. So one is always busy with the mind, with what appears, instead of, no, I've seen that, no, okay, then I keep quiet. And whatever keeps quiet, you see, will not go back as reality, even though I may still appear this way or that way, but that will, the confusion will go. There is no more confusion. It's still going on, everything going on.
Keeping quiet really means just ignoring, not paying attention.
At least it indicates there. Yeah.
Okay, and as you said, the mind probably.
It's the indication. It's the indication, yeah. It's the indication, sure. I don't indicate to somebody, huh? Because then he will have suddenly a quiet mind. Oh, I got it. No. No, just understand that somebody is what? A pendulum. Sometimes this way, happenings, whatnot. Sometimes deep samadhi, absorption, absolute, that and whatnot, and then boom, again. You keep quiet where this at least don't bother you. You don't need to know what's going on in the movie. Even though the movie always continues. Yeah? Okay. Yeah.
Ganga, you just said like, don't think you are this one, this body and mind. And I can see that thinking I'm not this one.
It's a thinking.
Thought, yes.
It's a thinking.
And I just want to say I'm not that.
Yes. Yes. Be up to that. Sure. Quite there. So who cares if one suddenly identifies in the movie with the body-mind and suddenly the same one says, oh no, I'm not this body-mind. It's in the movie. Okay, good.
Can you once again clarify what you mean by don't know what's going on in the movie? By not knowing what's going on in the movie?
But sometimes you are identified, you know very well what you do, you are objectified and so on. I mean that, and sometimes you will not because you had some knowledge, I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, so I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, and yet I don't know who I am. But in the sense that I still wait an answer, clear answer about it. No, keep quiet where you just don't touch anything about this expression which appears, which is you, sometimes identifies, sometimes not. You keep quiet where you always are. And that will be when the mind loses its importance, its need to be always clarified. You cannot keep clarity all the time, you know. There will always be something again which will need to be clarified. That is the thing, you see. This you have to understand. The mind is so clever. Huh? So don't be deluded by whatever appears. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. After confirmation, what is it?
I still would like to, you say, keep quiet.
Yeah, it becomes like, it's a pointer, huh?
A pointer. So you cannot experience it because everything what you experience is always in the mind. So,
So keep quiet. You want to understand. As long as you want to understand, you nourish the owner of the understanding. You nourish this fellow.
but then I can never experience it. Does then a direct experience of the self then not happening? It's only, that's what I experience, this is not. Do you know what I mean?
Tell again, please. Yeah.
I'm just trying to grasp what keep quiet means. So it means it's just a pointer. It doesn't mean that there's actually a direct experience, because everything what I experience, it will be from the mind.
Yeah, yeah, but you see, in this movie of the seeker who start to, that's the mind. Oh, this is also the mind. Suddenly the seeker can, and then the movie goes on, but he's no more in it. That's keeping quiet, finally. And then he will behave exactly the same as before that split second. But there will be no search about this. There will be continuous objective search, but not about this. Yes.
And if that split second has happened, and then
you would not speak about it. Yes, something. Thank you very much.